Welcome back, Rankers. What a great week for the internet. The Stop Online Piracy Act gone and the Protect IP Act gone out of the US, which was basically going to destroy the net as we know it. Look, there'll be others, but for the moment, those ones are gone, which is great. I wanted to talk to you again this week more about Google Search Plus Your World and Google Plus in general, but more about all that straight after this.
Hello everyone, we are two cellos. My name is Stjepan.
My name is Luka.
Stewart Media is bunch of rankers.
And thanks, guys. I've never seen two guys get angrier with a cello. It's amazing. Google Search Plus Your World, there's been a lot of ruckus over it, a lot of talk about Facebook and Twitter and Google fighting over the social network and Google trying to push people into Google Plus, their social network. Had a couple of comments actually on the YouTube channel that were brutally frank and about how people were actually hating Google Plus and Google's attempt to push people into that network. And today we've had come out from focusontheuser.org a thing called a bookmarklet which will actually change your results, and it's been developed with the help of Twitter engineers, Facebook engineers and MySpace engineers, and it's basically a revolt against the Google Search Plus Your World, not including results, say, from Twitter and Facebook and these other places. So if you want to go and have a look at that, it's focusontheuser.org. But I wanted to just show you Search Plus Your World again and some of the examples that Focus on the User is using. Basically, they're saying, you know, if you type the word cooking into google.com, and of course this is google.com at the moment with an American IP, you will see this Jamie Oliver Google Plus result. And they're saying that's hardly relevant because Jamie Oliver's Twitter account is far more active and he posts on it, you know, every day, many times per day, whereas he hasn't touched his Google Plus profile for hours and hours. Oh, sorry, months and months. But this area up here is about celebrities, and it's about recognised authors or people that qualify for Google's authorship pilot program. So this is about authors. This isn't about search results. If we look over here at the search results, we can see there's plenty of sites here that are about cooking. And you'll notice I'm logged in at the moment and I don't actually have any customised results. So when I talk about getting your authorship up and getting your Google profile set up, I don't think I said that. This is what I'm talking about. It's about appearing in here. So if you're a lawyer, if, for instance, you're a real estate lawyer, for instance, when someone types in real estate lawyer, you want your face to appear here, okay? Because, and the only way you're going to do that, if you're not a celebrity that is that you're going to have plenty of content out there with Google authorship set up and also have other people sharing that content and have other people with authorship sharing that content. Basically, the example, what I'm saying here is that the example that focusontheuser.org is using here to say that, hey, isn't this a crap result? Cooking, look at this. It's a stupid search phrase. All right? It's a dumb search phrase. And quite frankly, anybody searching for the word cooking is search retarded. And I don't mean that as an insult. I mean that literally they sort of a little bit retarded in their approach to using a search engine because that isn't a good word to search for. If we go to the Jamie Oliver profile, if he had it set up properly, and we'll go to about Jamie Oliver. That's not 2 months, as Focus on the User.org state, it's about 6 weeks. But if we go to the user, he hasn't set up the profile properly anyway. Why doesn't he have up here a link to his Twitter account? And then people would find him on Twitter. So this Google profile stuff isn't so much about trying to push people into this Google Plus network, in my point of view. It's to say, look, if you want to find Jamie Oliver, the real guy, here is his profile, which has been probably verified. Yeah, well, it's got a tick against it. So we can see here that it's actually been a verified name. So they're saying this is the real guy. So go to him, and if you had to set it up right, you'd be able to find his Twitter profile, his Facebook page perhaps, and everything else. And it's a way for Google to authenticate those sorts of searches. The other search that they use and say, oh, isn't this useless, is movies. Well, once again, who searches for movies? I'm sure, yes, if we did some Google Insights for search and had a look at the word movies, there'd be a high volume of people searching for the word movies. But they would soon refine that search when they see the results. And they're saying here, Hugh Jackman, just because he's in movies doesn't mean that that's a good result for movies. It's like, well, it's a dumb search phrase. It's a dumb example. So when we talk about, and you can see here I've circled Adam Sandler, and he is actually in my random people circles, and I don't see a lot of updates from him. But more importantly, it's not just your authorship that you're trying to promote here. And remember, all these results here, these are all personalised results, right? And quite frankly, if you're searching for a single word like that, you really do need help from your network, because that ain't a good search. If I was to search for, I don't know, movies, Saturday, oh, well, let's see, what sort of movies would I like? Latest sci-fi movie releases. What does that turn up? There's no personalised search there, right? Because there's no personalised results, because my search is so specific that it's going to give me relevant results. Now, if that search matched, something as broad as movies, of course you're going to get a lot of personalised results, because the search is so broad, so you're going to get lots of personalised results. But when we go to something that is very specific, I get a very relevant return. So all these examples that we're seeing of, and look, no authorship results either. All these examples that we're saying, oh my God, this is the end of Google, this is antitrust. To me, it's just a bit shrill and just a little bit, I think it's more of a grab for headlines than anything else, because that is a search that the results are relevant. But if you don't believe me, go and have a play with focusontheuser.org. I'm not saying this is a bad thing they're doing. I'm just saying the examples that they are using are really bad examples. So how does the personalised search help you as a business? Well, you can't control what comes up in a person's personalised search, but what you can do is make sure that you're getting involved, yes, with Google Plus as a business. I would suggest, and a lot of people are going to be upset with me if I suggest this, but think it through. I would suggest, and someone's ringing me on the phone, I'm just going to hang up on them. I would suggest that if you're going to get involved in Google Plus and you want to be found or have personalised research, personalised results favour your search results, then what you need to be doing is start following interesting people on Google+. Look for people in your local area. If your business is local, try to look for people in your local area. Of course, there's only 90 million people so far on Google+. By the end of the year, there will be 400 million, according to Google. That's their projection. Still, probably by the end of the year, that will be less than half of what Facebook has. But for search, look at it as a way to connect with people who might be interested in your product or service through a social network. You can't really do that with Facebook. We know that. It is crap for discovery. But the more people that circle you, the more content you publish on Google+, the more people are going to circle you. And the more relevant it is to your market, the more they're going to circle you. And therefore, any time that you share a site or a page of yours to the users in Google Plus or on Twitter, then you're going to turn up for relevant searches above your competition. And that is it for today's show. Hopefully that's helpful, and we'll see you next week. Thanks very much. Bye.